Yeah, but the thing is, he can't really blow up anyone this game. Maybe a Grimstroke.
But it's about getting that initiation. Toss him back into your team, get the shackle, set it up for like the track as well as the shuriken. Hustler, he's caught out. There's the charge, looking for the ulti, but the toss into the air. Now the ulti is not even needed. Illusory Orb over, and Debil gets the kill.
Yep, there goes the fast blink.
Yeah, slowed down again.
Yep.
He needs to be involved in these track kills.
For sure. He needs 1,000 to his blink. It's tough. Like, who's making the plays until then? You know, like your Nyx assassin maybe with your bounty hunter.
Windrunner.
He's going for blink first. Like,
Yeah,
he also,
javelin blink.
Yeah. Like, they recognize that they need to go. They need to fight. They can't sit back and
Charge through ulti. Spike Carapace. Now the Inkswell Dream Coil on a 2-stroke of fate lands, and now Bombi is dead. Looking next over at red, Timber Chain away, Avalanche hits onto 4. They've got the track coming in, Natsumi low, but they can't commit. Going up onto the high ground would be running towards death.
yeah, they can't. No chance.
Yeah, no chance.
Elu rune. That's good.
There's the Blink Dagger for the puck. Same timing as the Windrunner. Similar net worths. About to hit that level 11 on the puck. Meanwhile, Bombi, he is level 7. Does have Vendetta.
Yeah.
Level 4 on the Impale.
It's problematic, though, that you have Nyx as well as Bounty in the same team, because they already have Sentry Wards down.
Everywhere.
Everywhere,
They
yeah,
just continue to place them wherever they're sitting on the map for just a split second.
Yeah. That's why it's so hard to make any plays for this Nyx assassin, because they're already preemptively putting sentries down for the bounty hunter.
And that's the thing. You've drafted this bounty when you already have the Nyx. Now you know the sentries are even more value.
Yep. And the biggest problem the Dire lineup actually has is they just have no tower damage. You know? Like, even if they were to kill 1 or 2 guys, they just can't really transition into a tower. It's so slow. Usually with this kind of draft, you want to have like a Pugna or something, you know, where you can force the enemy to fight you. But this game, Radiant is just like, nah, we don't need to come.
Yeah.
Takes way too long for you guys to do anything.
Troll sitting 1,000 ahead of the first person on the Dire.
Yep.
Going into the BKB. He is very happy with the amount of space he's been given.
Yep. And of course, once more, post BKB, there's just no damage coming out of the Dire. BKB is a game-winning item this game.
The question is, can they survive on Dire? With the BKB getting popped, the Dream Coil coming through, as well as the Rolling Thunder. It's a lot of chaos. The name of the game, chaos.
2k ahead now. It's just slowly, you know, slowly going the way of the Radiant. Ever so slowly.
Well, you've only got 6 kills in a bounty lineup that wants to get track kills. And you can feel just the lack of ability to get anything going.
Yeah, you see he's trying again,
right on top of the Nyx. They've had that sentry down there for a long time. Charge comes through on a Hustle. They've also got that ult. We'll see if anybody reacts for 496. Hustle wants this Blink Dagger, tosses back the Spirit Breaker.
Yep, at the same time we saw the puck pop the coil onto the Wind Ranger.
Stops the Timber Chain, Waning Rift. Power Shot comes through. They've got the Inkswell. They'll have the control.
Easy.
Red's dead to rights.
Yeah. You can't tank through that. The Javelin Troll is too much damage. Especially with the Rolling Thunder on top. Haunted Troll is one of the best heroes against Timber. You just get, like, once you get rooted, you're just permanently rooted. You're not getting out of that. Of course, you can't Timber Chain when you're rooted. Again, 2 Invis heroes, but the sentry's already...
Break, Vendetta, and the Shackle! Natsumi blown up, but Hung, he's killed off in return. Hustle comes in, Soulbind on a DAT BB as well as Hustle. They're going to charge through with this. That also hits the Nyx Assassin. Hustle going to drop. Avalanche is there. They get the kill on a Johnny Well. Now looking over at Play Hard. Okay, there's something going. They've got some track kills going their way. Puck comes through, looking to kill off Bombi. Finishes them off, and now they still look towards Debil. They've got the Chakram, but under this tier 1 tower, this is such chase that they just can't be willing to take. That's a lot of gold, but it's just not enough. They had a 3K lead, then it jumped back a couple thousand as they got those track kills, but back up to 2K.
Yep, they did not have a sentry in range of the tower, unfortunately, so the Troll got blown up, as we see here. The sentry is a bit further back, so they have no information of him being there. Fantastic shackle shot on top, and I'm actually surprised Radiant just killed him instantly. The Wind Ranger was blown up.
Yeah,
completely.
very quick kill. And then this is
Three-man
a
charge.
bit of a deeper dive.
Yep.
And Avalanche toss, that got off just barely. And now Dream Coil used bottom. They've got the charge, they'll snap the coil.
Nah, this is
Back-to-back deaths on Hung.
this Blink Dagger Wind Ranger is a support build. I don't believe it can work as a core. Like, you need a Maelstrom first, so you have some sort of scalability. I believe this is like a very desperate kind of maneuver, you know, to force things, but you can't force them if you're hindering yourself too much, you know.
Yeah, and now they smoke, they're going to look for more.
Yeah.
They want to just continue to go in and look for something as... Oh, Bombi. He's spotted, he's charged, he's killed. It's so fast.
Yeah.
It really is, and they're going to get a tier 1 off this too.
This Puck is having a fantastic game.
9-1
9-1
for the Puck. Wow.
9-1-6, 75% kill participation. He's going for an E-Blade. Blink into E-Blade. Huh. You just really want to amplify that magic damage coming out of the lineup.
Yeah.
Interesting pickup.
BKB
Must have
for
watched
the
some
bounty.
Thompson replays.
Potentially.
Yeah, Thompson is a E-Blade lover, of course.
Sanjin Yasha for the troll.
Yep, status resistance.
Grove Bow, that's always nice to have. Nether Shawl as well. Going into the Abyssal, so locks the Javelin, and now going into the Abyssal. Dream Coil used, DPB. He's getting charged, he's in some trouble. The Dust is out, the Avalanche as well as the Toss, but they've got the Inkswell as well as the Rolling Thunder. DPB, there's nothing he can do except die. And then the Soulbind keeps the Nyx Assassin attached to Hustler. Bombi on the run. Bombi allowed to leave.
Huh?
They TP'd over, they're gonna look for red.
That were some very interesting TPs.
Bombi with the Impale. Burn mana, goes to the Swashbuckle. Hung coming in. Now no more mana available. Could blink into the Shackle shot.
What was that, you think? They just like let the Nyx run away? All 3 TP together, pretty much to the mid lane.
Yeah, an instant reaction.
I think they were looking to set up something on the Timber. But instead, they left the Nyx alive and lost their Pangolin because the TP was like 7 seconds long.
Yeah.
Or charge on the Timber though. If he gets rooted, it can be problematic, but no, he should be out.
And he's still going.
Yeah. This is just Spirit Breaker though. You know, you don't stop. No Spirit Breaker ever stops.
So let's watch this again. Dream Coil, Illusory Orb.
Yeah. He just gets locked down from start to finish. He can't even get a track out.
Yeah, he can't do anything. And then the Rolling Thunder just jumps in. And they've got the ulti.
Yep. But this is what I'm so curious about. Everyone's just tipping out. What is happening?
And they just leave him to live.
Yeah, all 4 heroes. What was with that? Like, I don't know. It was
Toss, Avalanche. They want the troll. They got the Shackle now. He's out of mana. The Impale hits with Power Shot. The Janata with the BKB, Inkswell, and the kill on Natsumi. That one's massive. The Rolling Thunder comes through as well as the charge. That's out on a Hustler. He's dead, as is Hung. Hung is getting blown up in these fights. Johnny Well, he's tracked up. Play hard, trying to get on top of DPB, and with the ulti as well as the Swashbuckle, they'll take out the bounty. Yes, they got Natsumi, but nothing else going their way. And I say that, though, Red's into the fight. Debut ends up dead. Play hard, Swashbuckle. Yopaj finds Bombi. Another kill for them. Make it a 4th. Now looking for the full team wipe. They've got the charge, the Timber Chain across with a Chakram. You don't even get to charge and hit this Timber. Johnny Well is dead. Red gets another one. TP's out, and he'll be the only survivor.
The troll used his ult very prematurely. As soon as he saw something, you can see it here. He used it right away. I feel like if he was a little bit more patient with his ult, he could have turned his fight around much more cleanly. But the kill on the troll is very, very good. In the back line, you just see the Puck and the Grimstroke blowing up all the supports, and the Wind Ranger just dies instantly every time.
Yeah.
When Puck is on top of him, one E-Blade, one combination, he's just dead from full health. He just chose a very fragile route with his Blink Dagger first. It's a very particular pickup.
And then Radiant into Roche.
Yeah.
Like Red, he salvages that fight, but and you're only down 2k. It's just I'm looking for the items they need to really feel competitive.
It's a bit deceiving, this 2k.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it might be 2k net worth, but really the ability to fight is very limited.
Coil, and there's the E-Blade dead again.
Yeah.
Hung just not having a game.
There's no game, yep.
Rolling Thunder coming through, bouncing back and forth. They've got the silence from the Phantom's Embrace. No chance to get away. That Rolling Thunder is a nuisance, especially in the corner like that.
Yeah, I mean, we spoke about it. Come mid-game, you know, it's just so difficult for them to find anything. Sentry down again.
Sentry, and look at that damage.
Instantly.
Nothing you can do.
Well, Cockroach is dead. Has been stomped.
13, 1, and 10 for PUDGE.
Yep.
Involved in 23 of the 29 kills.
He's mad because of last game, for sure.
Well, he had no game last game, and now Hung is the one.
Yeah. Now he's like, yeah, how did that feel, bro?
Yeah. E-Blade, BKB forced out. There's the charge.
His damage is ridiculous.
Juggled in the air. Yeah, that E-Blade is the right choice. PUDGE. Just half health immediately? You're fighting knowing you're going to have half health in a second?
Yep. BKB still used, down to 8 seconds. That was his first item as well. Yeah. It's a tough spot.
Javelin Blink now Hung looking for the Orchid.
I mean, you know, like he sees that the puck doesn't have Yules, so Orchid is one of the best counters to that. He's gonna have a Linken's probably before he finishes his Orchid, even though, so that will be nullified as well.
Yeah.
They're itemizing very well on the Radiant team. To, like, you know, sustain all his aggression. Not too offensively, but also not too defensively. I like it. They definitely know how to play against this kind of style.
Yeah, they've done a good job of stymieing it.
Yeah. Smoking up top now. This could be one of our last fights in this game already, if it doesn't go to Dire's way.
Track, Avalanche, and the toss, but Natsumi's here. The Soulbind's in. The BKB's been popped with Bounty Hunter. They're on top of the Tiny. They use that ulti. In trouble is DPC. Here comes the Windrunner trying to find something, but he's silenced with the Phantom's Embrace. They get the silence, though, out onto the puck. Do they have the damage? The Rolling Thunder comes in. Hung ends up dead. That's one gone. Rolling Thunder hits onto the Nyx Assassin as well as the Timber. Red trying to do anything he can, but they've got the Timber Saw locked up with the Dream Coil. He's rooted up. Natsumi on top of him, and Red will fall. Bombi dead as well, and Avalanche Toss at least gets one from Hustler. It costs him his life. 4 for 1.
Yep. Almost got the puck. If they get this puck kill, maybe it's like somewhat salvageable, that fight, but he made it out just in time with like 200 health, comes back, gets a good 2-man coil off, and that's all they wrote. Huh. I'm looking for ways to come back for this Dire team. It's just so difficult. Like, to see an avenue how to get back into this game. It will have to be Radiant overstaying their welcome multiple times, getting back with these track kills, and they need to overwhelm them with pure item power, because, as we said, they don't really have too many reliable stuns. You can make up that up with an Abyssal Blade, for example, but you obviously don't have the funds to do that right now. Like, you're just way too far behind at this point. You really just need to find a single pick-off, but Neon is just always sticking together. They're always 5. Like we spoke about, they need to get outnumbered, but they're not letting it happen. Another smoke up from Dire now.
Smoke, Waning Rift, Illusory Orb breaking the smoke. Phantom's Embrace is out into the Tiny. Timber Chain across. Swashbuckle comes in. They've got the track as well as the Rolling Thunder with the Blink Dagger that's hitting onto the Nyx.
Yeah.
Charge through as well as the ulti used on Red. He's singled out and killed. There's no way for him to get out of this one.
Puck though.
They get the kill on Red. Red's dead, baby. PUDGE, he's fallen. Dead for 67 seconds. The charge is in. Bombi and Hustler drop. Triple kill for Natsume. Hung survives this one at least.
Yeah, Orchid paid off, because Puck has no defensive tool right now. I mean, it's good you killed the Puck, but how do you deal with this Troll now? Like, it feels as though this Troll is almost ready to 1v5 them.
Yeah.
Incredibly far ahead, 5,000 ahead of the Wind Ranger. Puck is 4,000 ahead of the Wind Ranger. And Bounty is just not a hero that can really
Shackle.
fight. Ooh, it's a very good Shackle.
It's a good connect, but there's the charge with the Inkswell. Immediately the counterplay. And he was waiting for that the entire time. They get the kill onto Hung. They look over DPC. He's trying to throw out these Janata attacks, at least find Dabil. And he's rooted up. Shuriken gets the kill, but it's after he's dead.
Yeah, and we said, this last fight, you know, last fight Dire had in them.
Maybe they get something, but it's a tough one. Sentry down, and now the ulti used. Natsumi coming in deep, but they've got the Rolling Thunder. The buyback gets used by DPC, trying to save Red. He's rooted up the Avalanche through BKB. Is it enough timing? Yes, it is with the Rolling Thunder. Playhard gets the kill. The Spike Carapace comes in. They're tracked, but they're not dying. Bombi, he falls. Now you've got 3 heroes down on the side of 496. You're looking to take the top set of racks, and really there's no point from 496 to fight into this 2v5. It's just not a winning formula.
Yeah, and it's just... I mean, there's no like real talking around here. Or tossed in a tier 4.
Looking for Natsumi. He's getting low. E-Blade save. Power shot in. Track on a 3. They've got the Soulbind to connect Hung to DatBB, who just bought back. He's dead for 72, and so is Hung. 4 gone again on 496. Looking to break the curse, and the curse has been broken. Neon, they will take game number 2. They will put it at a 1-1 split so far and force us to the rubber match. Game 3, the first one of the event.
One ever, yeah. And also, Grimstroke doesn't need an E-Blade if your teammate has it.
Yeah.
But yeah, disappointing.
Yeah,
disappointing draft.
Very disappointing.
Execution, I can't fault them for the execution, because Nyx, Bounty do the same thing. They have no way to force the issue. Yeah, I mean, they just put themselves in a really tough spot. Like, I was so disappointed, my English even gave up on me sometimes in the cast, you know? Like, this is rarely it happens to me. Like, I always have something to say, you know, but...
Well, it's kind of how you read the game, and, you know, the panel read it that way as well. Me and Nomad, not so much. We had some faith in 496.
I gave him 1%. That was very generous.
He actually never gave us a guess at 15 minutes. That's the one thing I'm disappointed about.
I forgot about that. Anyway, so I thought Neon would win, if it wasn't clear from my commentary.
Yeah. Well, they had their 1% chance. They ended up throwing it away, and it forces us to our first game 3. Here to talk about it is the panel led by Nomad. Take it away.
Thank you very much to our favourite father and son casting duo. Yeah, I don't fully understand what that was, but you know what?
It was something.
I don't know.
Sometimes you got to try things out, figure out they don't work. Like that Booms draft that they had, like that looked like a TI winning draft compared to this one. Yeah, it really did.
You know, there's nothing wrong with a bit of experimentation, is there?
Yeah, you can experiment when you get stuck with Tiny and Nyx Assassin in the first stage. It's hard. I mean, you can't blame it like that. You can't frame it like that. Yeah, you opened up with 2 supports, but you still have 3
I think
picks.
what you try to say is you can't lane it like that because it's not gonna work out.
But how did they lane? They didn't lane it. What did they do? They
really bothered with the laning phase, did they?
Yeah, they didn't bother. There was no laning stage. What was this game? What did they do?
5 minutes in, he's the carry. He's running all around the map.
All right, boys, let's go.
But I can feel that, you know, Neon played against similar type of lineup because they knew how to handle this one. Like, they knew we should not give away any kills. We know where the threat comes from. That's Bounty Hunter. Seemed pretty easy, I would say.
Bounty Hunter rotated to secure the bottom bounty rune on minute 5.
It's his rune.
It's his rune.
But did he get it?
From the top lane, by the way.
Did he get it, though?
They got it.
So...
They got it.
Perfect.
Yeah, but it's about the ancient falling, not about taking bounty runes. That's the problem.
But he is the bounty hunter, so...
I guess he roleplayed this game then. He roleplayed to the Z and he did well.
Well, we can start with like what the mistakes are so that you don't end up with a draft like this. So, you know.
Great. Okay,
you have no tower damage. Your Wind Ranger bought like a Blink Dagger, so she's not playing a core. Like you need either like a Maelstrom or you need like Javelin into BKB to be able to take those fights. You have 4 and 5 who don't pressure early on, and your whole lineup is about, you know, we want to get decent amount of gold from the laning stage, maybe equal. And then start hunting them. You don't have anyone to start a fight. Like, you have 2 Invis heroes that are countered by Sentry. So Neon invests like 1 Sentry, you get double the amount of value from it.
And the itemization from your position 1 Bounty Hunter also isn't stellar. BKB first item after Raidman phase boots. You need something there, anything. There's so many options right now. Orb of Corrosion, Falcon Blade, Yasha, Blightstone, whatever.
Anything.
Just get something so that you're useful once you pop that BKB, because the first fight that happened around the enemy secret shop. Once he bought the BKB, he literally popped the BKB and ran like this. I was watching him. He was running
Yeah,
from,
I watched that
from
fight.
one side to the other, then tossed one shuriken, tossed BKB over, he dies. Like, you have no impact.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a tough one. Alrighty, well, we do have our MVP for game number 2. And that will go to PUDGE on the puck. You know, kind of just rampaged around the map, being an absolute force of death and destruction, killing whomever he wanted, whenever he wanted to do it. Also, shout out to the supports for buying Sentry Wards. You know, it's kind of the MVP move of that game as well versus the 2 Invis heroes. But yeah, PUDGE gets the MVP. I mean, you can see why. He did well in lane. He was kind of the big killer, doing whatever he wanted in this map, and had absolute freedom to do so.
Yeah, it seemed like a pretty easy game for his puck, where he's not contested. Wind Ranger finished off her Orchid, so that's one silence that they had. Other than that, puck could do whatever he wanted in that game. Not enough lockdown. Just seemed pretty easy. Like, what bothers me is that I compared team that just played an hour ago to this team. So, you know, Dota is a lot about the draft, because that team looked pretty sick, you know. They seemed like...
they knew what was going on.
Exactly. Like,
yeah.
So I don't know what happens between the games where you're like, maybe we should go with this. It sounds like a great idea. Not sure who said it or why, but definitely did not end up well.
Maybe they
Don't listen to that person. Mute them if you can.
Maybe they have like a drafter rotation thing going on. You know, one game I draft, the next you draft. Yeah, they should
Or maybe
go
they
back.
just have a big wheel with all the Dota heroes on it, and every now and again they're just like,
They
hey, you
just
know what?
spin it.
Let's spin the wheel. They just spin it around. We're playing Bounty Hunter +1. Well, that was a wild ride. I'm glad we went on it, but unfortunately now it's time to disembark. But join the queue as we're going to go round again. We're going to throw it over to a short break, and then we're going to be back with match number 3 of Neon Esports versus 496 Gaming, where hopefully we're going to get things back on the rails a little bit. We'll see you after the short break for more DPC SEA action.
down to the end of your days. And I'll be right there at the top of the maze while the rats in the sewer stay stuck in the days. So now I'm coming for you all, whether you like it or not, you've already gotten involved. Don't take it personal, I gotta finish you off, cause only room at the top for one gun in the drawer.
Hello and welcome back to the DPC SEA region here with PGL. My name is Nomad and joining me in the studio is Lacoste and Lizard to get into game number 3. Game number 1 was awesome. It was 55 minutes of pure violence and fighting and chaos, but the kind of chaos you want to be seeing. The kind of chaos which is exciting and fun. Game number 2 was the kind of chaos where, you know, you're told to babysit 5 toddlers. And they're running around with scissors and paint. It wasn't fun at all for anybody, but you know what? It was a good try. They were trying to try something new. Didn't work out. Let's move on and refocus on game number 3. What would you like to see from the guys at 496 for game number 3?
I'd like to see something similar to game number 1, where the game is very competitive, like the picks are top tier, where like your movements around the map. It's very hard. I don't think any top tier team could win with a draft like this. You know, it's very hard.
Yeah, it is. It is. So I think obviously the OD has to come to mind. You know, they absolutely smashed with that OD in game number 1. Do you think there's a possibility for them to get it in this game number 3, Lizard?
It's possible. It's possible that OD gets first phased if they decide to ban out something different in the first 2 bans. Then one team just snatches it. It's doable. Do you want to pick it in the first stage? That's the question, because most of these teams are keeping it for a little bit later in the draft, even though, in my personal opinion, that hero is first phase material.
Yeah, because it can be flexed. Like this hero, I've seen it in the high-level pubs. You can just play it at pretty much any lane. Literally, you can play it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow, the rainbow hero. We don't get that very often, but every now and again, the patch, it comes along and it takes us all by storm. It's hard, I think, to really focus in on individual heroes in that last game because every hero looked bad. But I do think it's interesting that they went for the Tiny. This is something they've been kind of clutching onto recently. And obviously, it's been doing well for them. You know, they haven't really dropped a game before this series in this tournament in the qualifiers as well. But I think this might be a trap for them and something they need to break away from.
Look, Tiny used to be pretty strong because he was able to blow up many 4 or 5s no matter what, even some cores. He brought so much damage to the game, and before the neutral items, he was sick. He was the best, one of the best position 4s. After that has been added, and position 4 and 5 started buying a bracer, let's say, or just some fluffy hat. Suddenly, that same Tiny does not have the same kill potential, and on mid lane, he definitely isn't viable anymore, maybe in some games. On position 4s as well, I'd much rather have a Tusk or a Clock at the moment.
I was about to say it. Like, let's compare him to any good position 4. Tiny, Tusk, Clockwork, Earth Spirit. Like, what is he doing better than any of these heroes? Nothing. Like, he has a bit more burst potential, but that's it. That's also what got nerfed in the previous patch. Like, his combo got nerfed.
Yeah, I think like there could be an argument for tossbacks. That's kind of his unique thing later on in the game.
Sure.
But overall, I think, you know, the negatives do outweigh the positives for that hero. But maybe they'll prove us wrong in this next game. Maybe they'll go for it and prove that it can work. But I personally just want to see them kind of move far away from that last game as possible. Who do you think's in the better mental position for this third game?
Neon. I mean, they just won a game, you know.
Okay.
They just won a game, but they were just playing versus some circus. Those guys, they were like
feeling disrespected.
Yeah, probably feeling angry. I'd feel angry after winning versus that.
I'd take that win. Like, it's 1-1. You're just playing a BO1 right now.
Yeah, that's true.
True.
It's anyone's game now. It's anyone's series when 496 had a clear advantage before.
But we've seen a similar draft from Boom. So that means it's
There's
kind of a their
yeah.
thing. It's their style, which they think it's good. I just... maybe if they swap heroes around a bit, throw in some tower damage, a bit more like lane presence, where you have Nyx as 5, you have Tiny as a 4. Like, that's no pressure. Like, what are they gonna do? Like Nyx Assassin can just go in.
Nyx can buy Meteor Hammer
and do stuff. Yeah,
Maybe.
well,
There you
not
go.
sure where do you get the gold from?
496 and Boom have just been scrimming loads. And they've developed their own little meta between them where these heroes are like really strong and they're like, oh, we're going to take this tournament.
Let me
by
say
storm.
it
And
out
then,
loud. It's time to shift the meta. It's time to go for different kind of picks.
When Boom picked this bounty hunter, they also had a Kotl. And there's this niche strategy in which you go Ags on bounty and then you just double shuriken toss and you're rich. One team fight, you're rich. You just have double Janada hitting off of everyone. But they didn't even have some synergy with this position 1 bounty hunter in this game. So it's doable. If you remember, guys, Nigma played it, Miracle played it quite a few times. That carry bounty that goes Yasha, Manta into Butterfly. It's been done, but you need the draft around it that actually makes sense. Nothing made sense there.
No. Let's shift on towards game number 3. We have a little bit of delay as we've got some problems with the lobby, so hopefully we'll get those sorted out as quickly as possible and get into that game. But guys, you know, I want to ask Lacoste, what's your spirit animal when you're thinking about what kind of animal represents you best? I'm not going to ask you, Lizard, because clue's kind of in the name there. But what's your spirit animal, Lacoste?
Komodo Dragon. He brings a lot of hype in Twitch chat, and that's my spirit animal.
Strong. Lizard, if it wasn't the lizard, what would your spirit animal be?
There's only lizards for me, nothing else.
That's interesting because you don't really remind me of a lizard. A lizard kind of scurries. You're quite bulky. You're quite confident. You know, I don't see you scurrying around.
Can I
the
steal
corridors
his
here.
Komodo dragon? Then they're a bit bigger.
Sure. All right.
There
Two
you go.
Komodos. My 2 Komodos
Because
here on the panel.
we're just a reptile panel anyhow. You know, Lacoste. There you go.
True.
You have a good point. You know, we're old school.
Damn, I'm feeling left out now. I'm not scaly enough, but there we go. Let's get into the draft of game number 3, which is now on the board, and we have ourselves a Nyx Assassin. Shock of horrors, and Nyx Assassin comes out as first pick. And second pick.
Wow, much better draft so far. Like 496, I'm loving it. Like I'd trade those 5 heroes together for Tusk. I
just
really
one guy
would.
playing Tusk,
exactly.
that's it.
Like
All
just straight up Tusk, getting all the gold.
Oh, Kotl actually went through. All right, this is big. This hero has been banned out before, and this is the first time that we're seeing him. In my opinion, one of the best position forwards at the moment. Brings so much pressure to the lane. The solar bind is strong. The itemization with
Wow.
All right.
Kotl's not horrible versus Lycan, though, is it? The Blinding Light?
No, not at all. Solar bind can be difficult for the Lycan itself, but he just sends his beasts at you and you die. That's the problem. And it's the same for Nyx and for Kotl. They need to find a way now to deal with...
But is there a support that doesn't die? It's in Lycan.
Yeah, that's a fair point. That's also a fair
Dark
point.
Willow, like TP out in Shadow Realm. That's your bet, unless he has Helm of the Dominator Centaur creep, then you're screwed. But yeah, most of the time you need to run away. They already picked position 4 and 5 for Neon, so you're kind of locked in. Like you can't get Wyvern, you can't get something like a Lich, possibly. So you have to play with this. You play with what you have, but then you need to get something more tanky on the off lane, like
some Mars, perhaps.
Mars.
Even.
Possibly Bristleback comes to my mind. Possibly a mid Bristleback with the
Tide
Keeper of the
Hunter.
Light. Tide is the third one. Yeah. Maybe you can sneak in a Bloodseeker. You know, he's the one that uses ulti on Lycan, but that's only about the hero. And Lycan as a hero deals most damage with his summons.
There's one
Especially
there's
now.
one hero that deals with the Lycan in the best way for me. That's Ricky. You buy the antagonyms, you kill all of his. Literally all of his summons die in one trick of trade. So that might be an option for Neon Esports to go for. 496, they go with the Bombi Winter Wyvern. There we go.
There it is.
It's
Very
Phoenix.
explosive.
Very with the Shadow Blade.
Oh, he had a really good performance in their latest series. Like he was pretty much holding the game for them until everyone else comes online.
Yeah, some really nice wyverning in the past. Always fun to see Bombi on these high impact heroes where he can really make his mechanical skill felt by the enemy team.
He's only
This guy's on the phone. Like,
he's on his phone.
it seems like he's arguing. That's having a problem with the girlfriend.
This
Like,
probably.
man, I need to go. I need to hang up. Like, maybe that's what happened. He was the one drafting while arguing with the girlfriend. You know, in the previous game, could be the thing. But yeah, not sure why Wyvern here doesn't make too much like.
There's an option for
sense
Neon
in
to go
counterpicking?
for Troll, right? Maybe that's so you're picking that Wyvern to kind of. I can't really see it as well. The Tidehunter ban I can see, and I
Okay,
like
finally.
that a lot.
Hooray! We have Brewmaster coming out for 496, a hero we've been asking for quite a long time. And yeah, this guy's a lot of fun right now. Low cooldowns, good team fighting, and Red has been playing it a fair bit as well through those qualifiers.
And we get a bet as well. Damn, this draft is all over the place on Neon. They have this good combo with the Kotl and the Ember. You have double Sleight of Fist. You have the Bat Rider as well to pressure one of these lanes. In the mid lane though, even if they put Lycan there, Bat doesn't do a whole lot. Lycan can just go to the jungle eventually, and Bat doesn't threaten
That
you as
says
much.
a lot about the hero. Like, if you can just leave the lane,
Yeah.
don't care that the enemy mid laner is getting free farm, and come back and just kill you, because you don't have the answer for it. I'm not a big fan, you know, of Lycan meta, because it's very hard to balance this hero. It's very hard to find, like, where he needs to be. Like, there's some introduction of new items, like new stuff, how Dota works, and suddenly, like, the hero becomes so popular once again.
Yeah, one change in the Necros in which they're a little bit stronger against heroes, and he is popping off.
And the unlimited range now on Feral.
Yeah.
Insane, because you don't even have to be in the team fights anymore. You can just ulti, send your minions after someone, and just kind of watch, eat popcorn, and enjoy the show. The supports die in front of your very eyes. Savage. What have got banned out, Lizard?
Yeah, Neon Esports banning out Morphling and Queen of Pain. Meanwhile, 496 with the Monkey ban, which does make some sense. Like, Monkey Core would be pretty solid here. He's good versus Brewmaster in the lane. Later on versus Lycan as well, he's solid. And waiting for the last ban here from 496 is Medusa.
Jeez, sir.
Alright, something that we have seen today already do extremely well, so they get rid of that.
Yeah, as you mentioned, can kill off the Brewlings later on in the game, which can be very annoying.
Yeah, but overall for me, Medusa here wouldn't really fit Neon, just because you have... Okay, you do have that Kotl Bat Rider combo together with the Medusa to just create enough space and give her mana later on, but you're playing into Lycan and Panda. There's so much pressure early on.
I'm just thinking how they're gonna lane this for Neon. I'd still would prefer if it's Ember plus Keeper of the Light paired up together from the start, because that lane is just completely disgusting to play against. Like, you can't bring enough regen, and the constant spam just doesn't give you an opportunity to get the most out of the laning stage.
Would you put that on dual offlane? Because I don't really like the Ember 1 with the Bat Rider mid. You know what I mean? Like, I like the combo of...
I mean, you can Bat Rider on
would-
the offlane,
yeah.
possibly, and then...
So Bat Nix offlane, Kotl Ember safe lane, and then your win condition from mid?
Sure.
Interesting.
Like, when you have Ember Spirit and your other core is Bat Rider, like, you can't finish the game. Like, you don't have tower damage. You're not gonna ever be able to hit the buildings.
No, they need something which does that for them.
That's
Hopefully.
why, I mean, you can pick something like a Dragon Knight. Doesn't sound too bad against the Lycan. You have the damage reduction. You have someone who can, like, sustain the damage that's coming out. Okay, that's
Mars.
also not too bad. It's not a tower damage, but against Lycan and the Wolves, we mentioned it works well.
It does, yeah. Cages them in. Cage the wolf. Always a good plan. Can give you a little bit of pushing potential if you go for the Desolator route as well. Is that a possibility?
I think if you want a Desolator, you can also get it on Ember, and then Mars can get that extra utility and oomph that you need to deal with the Lycan and all the summons that he's sending your way. But he could go for the Deso too, if they decide for the Bat offlane. But I really think this is Mars off. This is most likely Mars plus Kotl or Nyx offlane.
Wow, the
Talking about
DP.
tower damage.
Jesus.
All right, they're all in.
Yep.
I'm loving it. I love this lineup where you have tower pressure. Not sure if they have like enough to hold it for that long period of time. Like, yeah, Keeper of the Light with his Q can hold the high ground, you know, deal damage. But yeah, this is looking like a really scary lineup from 496.
Do you think maybe this is a case of Neon overreacting to 496's heroes and not actually giving themselves much of a win condition?
You need to. I think you need to when you see this Lycan. Like, you need to have answer for him. But
My worry for Neon is that this Batrider has been handled with the last pick, and because of that 496 will have 3 cores that should come out swinging from the laning stage. You'll have Lycan obviously goes to the jungle, gets his Necros, comes out, just dominates every tower. That Prophet uses her ulti, Panda as well. But I'll still go in Neon's favor, actually, if I was to predict, because I have a feeling that they can stall this game long enough, and if they do that, Ember eventually just one-shots all these heroes.
All right, that's the prediction then. Let's bring in our casters. We've got B-Cop and we've got Black to give us their predictions here on this third and final game. Guys, how do you think this game and the series is going to go?
I like Bombi back on the Winter Wyvern. I'm a big advocate of that. Bombi on a hero that gets things done. We've seen him in that situation before. I think I'm on for 496.
It's hard to judge because if they can't end the game in like 25 minutes, I feel Neon's lineup just can't lose the game. You know, like they can just never go high ground. But I think I'm gonna go with my boy Bombi as well. His Winter Wyvern is 100% win rate.
All right,
Easy.
so we've got 3 for 496. We've got 1 for Neon, and I think I'm going to jump with Neon as well. I think this Lycan will run out of steam eventually, and yeah, I think this Ember can turn
You're on the
things
wrong
around.
ship, man. I'm telling you right now. Lycan in this method.
Well, I've debated him by Lizard, but either way, I'm ride or die with you, homie. Let's throw it over to our casters, B-Cop and Black, to take it away for game number 3. Enjoy.
Thanks so much. Yeah, we're on the rubber match for this one. It's 496 and Neon. 2 pretty solid games. I think the first one was a big back and forth. Then you had, the second one that was more just Neon after that draft that came in from 496. I guess the question now becomes who takes it with a draft like this. Things I like from both drafts are definitely to see if that Ember towards that late game, or really even what you said, the 25-minute mark, starts to make an impact. I do like that Ember there, especially with the Coddle. However, on the opposite side, I'm a big Bombi advocate, and I'm a big Bombi advocate on him on the Winter Wyvern. So it's a 5v5 to start this off. The God's Rebuke hits onto the Brewmaster as well as this Tusk going into the tag team, trying to get the kill into play hard. They'll get themselves first blood onto the Mars. Looking over now at red. It is Brewmaster low, and Brewmaster dropping. The Illuminate is what gets the final blow, but they also killed off Yopaj. It's just a war in the Radiant jungle. The Impale lands. That BB, he's dead to Natsume. And now Natsume trying to run, but not run far enough because Dabil, he's got the Illuminate. He kills off Hung. Natsume drops to Hussa. Everybody's dying. Bombi goes down. They look over at Hussa. The Illuminate is in. One more shot, and they take out Hussa. I think everybody died on the side of 496. A pre-horn team wipe.
Yeah, I mean, the idea was really nice of the 496 team, but Neo was all there. You can't do this against a Coddle. He 5-man blasted 3 times, I believe. There's just 600 AoE damage on everybody.
He's got 739 gold.
Yeah, he's top net worth by
Oh
far.
my god.
By far. He's level 2 already. The lane stage starts with him being level 2. Oh my god, I've never actually seen that before.
Yeah, that was intense. Oh, let's take a look at the
Look at the
replay.
Illuminate.
The
Look at the
full
Illuminate.
engagement.
Look at this.
And bam. Yeah, that one comes
So much
through.
damage.
The stun on the Hung. They kill off Play Hard first. And then they lose red.
The Dire runs out of steam as soon as tag team is on cooldown,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
But
And
they do
another
end up killing
5-man.
Yopaj. Yopaj doesn't get any experience from this.
Yeah. It's not a super big deal because the DP didn't get too much out of it either. But as you can see, tag team online, they're super strong, but this Coddle blasts like 3 Coddle Blasts to your face. Like, it has recently been buffed, the mana cost has been changed, and he just single-handedly carried them there. And he's still full health too.
Yeah, the fact that he gets an ultra kill to start the game.
Never seen that before, honestly.
It's the most kills before 10 minutes for a Coddle, I think. And it just happened.
Yeah. And an ultra kill on a Coddle too. And like, when do you ever see that?
Never. That's how you start a game. 8 kills.
Yeah. They're 1k ahead already on the Radiant side. It's actually crazy.
Yeah, my 496 love already taking a hit.
Yeah. I mean, you know, it's always tough to end the game as a team like Dire. You know, my brain told me to go with Radiant, but my heart chose Bombi.
Yeah, on the Winter Wyvern. Yeah, that was the sell that I got from the Dire side. I was like, oh, but Bombi on the Winter Wyvern? I kind of like that. But I mean, there's still aspects of this Neon Drift that I really, really like. So, especially now that the Coddle hits level 2 going into the laning phase, that in itself is such a boost to that lane.
The thing is, Ember is just gonna, I think he's gonna go for a Battle Fury. As soon as he has that, plus one more item, this Lycan will be nullified. Like, his summons will just die.
Bombi gets locked up via the spear, Illuminate coming through. Splinter Blast to hit Tabeel, but he doesn't really care. He's already level 3. Bombi ends up dead. Playhard gets the kill. This
Coddle is too strong right now.
Yeah, he's very strong.
I've never seen such a strong Coddle.
That Coddle is very strong, used in a sentence legitimately.
Yeah.
In the first 2 minutes of a game. Wow. It's such a weird one to say. And that PvP already struggling quite a bit. Playhard, he'll be able to spam these spells. He's got the help from the Coddle. You know, you're not dealing with, you know, level 1 Coddle still. Maybe he roams around the map and he's still level 1 for so long. He's already level 3. Oh, PUDGE just out of range of that Death Prophet.
Yep.
So far for Neon, they're liking what they've got.
They got 5 kills over 1. 4 bounty runes as well. All 3 side lanes are going into the favor of Neon as well, a little bit, of course, but paired up with the advantage they accumulated from minute 0, basically, it's already a 1k gold lead. Ooh,
yeah.
Close.
Just about a 1k gold lead, 21 last hits there for the Mars. You got WB, who's 20 and 2. Hung is doing a lot of damage on the Yopaj, though. This lane is looking good for the Death Prophet up to this point in terms of harassment.
I'm quite scared for the Lycan, because both the Mars and the Ember having such good games, who are both considered to be the Lycan counter in this game. One is going to have a Battle Fury at some point, the other is going to have a BKB Desu at some point, and then your summons are just going to die in a second.
Yeah, maybe these heroes too.
Possibly these heroes too, yeah. Or a double damage Coddle.
A medallion. He's already got a medallion. He started the game, I believe, with that medallion after those kills. And now another kill there for Tabeel. Just making that Coddle pre-10-minute mark kills. That record's going to be all his, most likely. Can he get this one? Johnny Will gets it. Yopaj under the tower.
If it was me, I would have walked out first and then repeat out. That was very...
That was risky.
Well, he made it out, 10 health.
Almost again.
Yeah, almost don't
that
matter.
Medallion.
It's a huge damage boost.
Yeah.
Especially in a lane with a Mars, where his W hurts so much. The God's Rebuke.
Wow. Is that the quickest medallion?
Pre-minute 1? Yeah, probably. He's middle again. The 3 heroes middle again.
Why not?
This time Bombi comes though. Do you want to mess with Bombi?
I think you do. You've got the Illuminate. You've done the damage to Hung. Yopaj now on the run. You already get away from Bombi. To just have that harassment, I think that's why.
Now, Bombi is, you know, when he TP's in, you think twice.
Yeah.
Is he level 3? Level 6? You never know.
Level 6 now? I don't know. I don't think so.
Maybe the Coddle.
Yeah, maybe the Coddle. He's level 4.
Such high level, such high farm. It's insane.
He's got boots and a medallion.
Yeah. Yeah, it's disgusting.
He's 3rd on the net worth.
I have yet to see what a Brewmaster can do. I've seen him some in pub games where he like build Aghanims fast and you have like 2 ults, but I've not seen him in a pro game. So, oh, they're diving actually. The Brewmaster. Ah, Shackles Not on the mark.
Again, Hung, Illuminate, charging it up all the way. Exorcism committed to this, but if he dies, it's used. Oh dear. Yopaj gets the kill. Hustle might return it.
Not even.
Just on the high ground. Johnny-Well now going in. There's the Illuminate. It hits the Winter Wyvern as well as the Tusk. They're trying to get themselves at least a +1. They get it. Johnny-Well with that mana burn. That brings in DPC. He rotates.
Yeah, without mana for the shapeshift though. So he can't get any kills in return. If he had that phase shift, both heroes would be dead, but slight miscalculation there. And a 2k gold lead at minute 6 already.
Yeah, Tranquil's medallion for that Coddle. I hate to, point that out time and time again, but it's just a rare sight at 7 minutes.
He has Lasso here on the back right now.
Yeah, and he's got no mana. What does he do after the Lasso? They have themselves the arena, and the spear gets thrown.
3k gold lead now.
Opaj getting the kill on the DPC.
It's so hard when you start the game with such a deficit, man. Like you're behind 2 kills. They have 4 bounty runes. Every lane just starts with like 200 gold less, basically. It's just a brutal thing to overcome, and we'll see if they can.
Good shards on a play hard.
Yeah, but
is there enough here to do anything? Not
look
really.
like it.
And the big thing that's a detriment to 496 as well. They go in onto red. They've got Johnny-Well here looking to take him out, but it'll force the primal split. So now they've got the Cyclone onto the Ember. They're chasing this Nyx Assassin, and they should get at least one. I don't think they get Natsumi. He does have a Remnant away, so he's got some distance. They'll throw the stun, another Remnant to get him away. But he's Cycloned, and eventually fine.
Yeah. The Tusk is rotating in though, but yeah, with that Remnant out, there's almost no way that he can die.
That's a Remnant over to the side.
But he has one more. And the Flame Guard +4, just too much damage mitigation.
Yeah, okay. So what I was going to say too is with
the net worth.
That Exorcism wasted.
Yeah, that's a brutal mistake.
Like, that's a big one because you don't get to pressure the mid-tier 1, you don't get to open up the Radiant jungle, and now Hung's game feels
here we see
sloppy.
it. They said they nerfed it, but when you're level 7, you can still do it. And he's just gonna farm like a quad stack Ancients. This is gonna give him his travels. Yeah, look at it go.
9 stacks, sticky napalm.
Great.
10 now, flame break.
Balance.
Oh, and a fade approach.
Yep. OS frog ×2.
Can he get this all killed off before the next one? Yes, he can. Okay.
Easy.
And they're gonna smoke. He's got Lasso.
Yeah, and an Invis rune on top of that. As he lets us know as well.
Hung.
Going on this.
He's back towards the tower. I don't even think he's safe here.
No, he's not.
Bombi comes in, flame break, pushing him back towards the Radiant side. The arena's down, the damage onto Hung. Bombi drops 2. Natsumi is here. They have the Lasso that's onto the Brewmaster. They don't kill him just yet. Hustler nearby. With 2 heroes gone already, this one's rough. Debile ends up dead. It's a 5-time spree going into the hands of Hustler, but he is losing his life too. So does Red. 4 gone on 496 and a 5k lead for Neon.
This is the time where Dire is actually supposed to be in the driver's seat, But yeah, we can see it in the replay here.
But
yeah. Coddle blast through everyone. They're just all there. Neon's team play is just impeccable. They're always just ready to help each other. All 5 heroes were there. I believe the Mars was recalled, or the Ember was recalled. Either way. But the Coddle ends up dying, but really, it's completely worth it. A 1-for-4 trade. You take that any day of the week.
Yeah, and you're just watching. I don't know if you saw that DPC just kind of running around. Like he didn't really know where his opening was for that fight. He gets immediately hit by the blinding light that comes through from the Coddle. That's the kill that he participates in. That's the only thing he participates in.
It's very difficult, honestly. There's this arena you can't go through. The blinding light that you mentioned. It's like it looked like a very easy Lycan game on paper, but that is assuming that the enemies are actually on the same farm as you. But he is actually so far behind at this point that he seems to be very weak at this point. But as I said, this Ember and this Mars, they're so heavily overfarmed right now that they just deal too much damage for the summons. Brewmaster ulti forced.
Primal split, Exorcism. They've got the stun onto the Mars. Shards in front of Johnny-Well, but there's the arena as well as the spear. They'll get the kill here on the Hung. They'll look over at Bombi. Bombi, who's still just level 5. So they don't have the Winter's Curse to work with. The snowball in deep to get the kill to John Yuel. So it's at least the 2 for 1. However, this is not looking like it's going to be anything more than that. Yopaj getting low, but they're blowing up red. They'll look over at Hustler. He's on the run, but Flame Break pushes it back into the hands of Neon. And another 4 for 1 trade. Play hard with the double kill. He's on a mega kill streak, top of the net worth.
He almost has Deso.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay. So as soon as he has Deso, it's lights out for the Lycan. Fight initiates with the Brewmaster popping ult, DP running in, getting immediately Arena speared, and the Bad Ray just makes short work of him. And after the DP ult, you really have no damage to speak of, because Lycan ult is still on cooldown. And I don't even know if he's part of this fight. No, he's pushing up bottom. So this is a 4-man fight while you're already 6k behind.
Yeah, and they don't have Curse to work with. Bombi's still stuck at level 5.
Yeah, they gave the task to Tome. It's just, it's brutal. It's so brutal. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know how they fight at this point. And when he has Mars, when Mars has Desolate completed in 700 gold. Diving Bombi again. He has Curse this time though.
He does, so they'll have to be careful. Play hard setting up the spear though. Cold Embrace makes that one easy. And when you're behind, you know, maybe you get away with Cold Embrace if you're equal with the other team, but at a point like this, it doesn't feel as such.
Yeah, I mean, they're just getting overrun at this point.
Yeah, Snowball, Hustler trying to survive. Another kill for Natsume. He's got a double kill. He's dominating. 21-7. They'll also
Lasso
find
top.
the Brewmaster. They've gotten the lasso. There's the Arena with the spear. He's stunned up. The damage will eventually come. He's trying to TP out, but not in time. Playstyle.
The interaction there is that while you're lassoed, you can't get speared, so he didn't actually get speared into the arena, so he didn't take that arena bonus damage, but in the end still goes down. Was very close though, he had like half a second to TP out.
Ember going X, and then Duels for the Death Prophet.
Ember has Maelstrom, yep, completely going to X. Now Lycan has to deal with Desolator Mars, as well as Maelstrom, like Ember. Like, your summons are just gonna evaporate.
200 gold to the Deso.
Yep.
It's got Necro 3,
But they have 800 health.
Yeah.
1 W, 1 lightning proc, they're gone.
Sleight of Fist, Searing Chains, that comes in on the
And
Bombi. They'll use the Winter's Curse. So now can they set this up with anything else? They've got the Exorcism, the Snowball over to the backlines, looking over for the Kata. We'll find him. DapBB's in deep. They'll get the kill on the Debiel. Now they look over Natsume. He's forced to run. Pulled him.
But this was a terrible, terrible fight for them. They expended all cooldowns to kill 2 support heroes. Bad Rider flies in a little bit too deep, but he also gets blown up immediately by the dire side. But then they need to go back. This Ember has Maelstrom, level 4 Sleight of Fist. Look at all these lightning procs coming through. Desolator Mars, Arena on 4.
Yeah.
It's just, you don't have the damage without your abilities to take care of these heroes.
But DapBB's over to the side, and he thinks about going in. He could have just left there.
He could have left, but I mean,
Goes back in once again. The Illuminate comes through. They get the kill on the Hustle. They look over this Death Prophet with a lasso. The lockup hung. They'll get themselves 2 more. They fought back on Hustle. He's going to try and make something happen as they look over the Brewmaster. Red ends up dead. Hustle back into the fight. Behind them is Play Hard. Now looking over at the Tusk. Looking at Bombi. They've got the Searing Chains onto the Winter Wyvern. They'll get the kill there. Hustle looking like he's going to die back. He was back in for just a second, but he ends up falling. They look over at DapBB, who will try to run with his ult away from the side of Neon. I'm not certain that's going to happen. Gets away by the skin of his teeth, back into the base, but you're running away with your ult. You're never fighting with your ult.
15 minutes, 12k gold. This is a brutal destruction. This is the most deficit I think we've seen in a 50-minute game this tournament. I think even more than when 496 played Vice Gaming.
Yeah.
Whew, this is brutal. And they have a complete all-in push draft. But we already said, even if the game is even, they might have problems going high ground, you know? But they don't even get the tier 1 towers. Every single tower is up against the DP as well as Lycan and Brewmaster.
Yeah.
Like, that is your strong point, but you get completely
Bobby
denied.
again.
It's just dead. He just dies.
They
like
can't
that.
leave their side of the base, and it's only 16 minutes into the game. Hung getting chased by Natsume, who's got Slight in just a second. The Searing Chains in 2-1. Flame Break on the money! They hit the silence, the snowball through the Walrus Punch, but the arena is down. They get the counter Hung. They'll look over at Hustler. He is low, and he is gone. They look at Red, who is used this Primal Split, but for nothing. It's there to try and disrupt the fight, but it's not accomplishing anything, and that's the problem when you're down 14,000 net worth. We hate to continue to just praise Neon and then look the other way on 496, but it all stems from that 5v5 that they lost. You have a Kato who's got a medallion at, what, 1 minute into the game? And that really proved to be just the item that enabled the aggression.
I mean, I can't blame them for trying what they did, you know? Or Lasso on the Brewmaster again.
And he's got no Primal Split, actually.
No Primal Split.
Now they've got the Mars blinking forward, going in deep for this. They'll pop the Exorcism, but there's the Silence, there's the Impale with the Mana Burn. Illuminate! It looked like it was going to land, but it ends up getting dodged. Natsume kills off Hung, looks over at Hustle and Bombi. Bombi trying to land a good Winter's Curse, but it's only onto the Mars. So Bombi stays nearby. He'll end up dead. PUDGE continuing to dive in deep. They find themselves the Lycan. If they kill off DPB, the call might just be there, being behind 16K. They didn't quite catch him. The snowball through, but Hustle pushed back with the spear. They'll take out the Tusk once more. They still want to get DPB, who's looking to get under the tier 2 tower. But, ooh, TP attempt. Do they have the damage? Just not enough.
I mean, I wouldn't blame them for calling GG anytime soon here. It's just, you know, your draft is not designed to play like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're supposed to be knocking on the door, on the high ground door in like a couple of minutes from now. You're supposed to have Roshan advantage at this point. It's just, nothing is coming together for them. They're almost 1k gold behind per minute, which is massive at minute 18. Absolutely massive. They have BKB on Bad Rider, they have Blink Deso on Mars. Mars is still top of the net worth. Insane amount of
Ags
gold.
on the Ember.
Yeah, but you can't blame 496 for going high ground there and trying their luck, you know?
Yeah.
It's just something they planned pre-game, but Neon was just completely prepared for it. 5 heroes there. A Coddle is the best hero for this kind of engagement, and they showed.
Hung.
Yep, I mean, there's no way
Yo
out for
ready
him.
for him. The break, the stun, the kill.
Goodbye, sir.
Snake's Assassin involved in just about everything.
He just left the base. He didn't even get a single CS.
And they've got the arena.
On the
That's on the
Brewmaster.
Brew.
Yeah. I mean, they're just playing all around the map, really. They have nothing to be scared of at all.
Asa Snowball extending the inevitable.
Yep.
Goes over to a neutral.
Whoa.
Shards? The juke,
But
not the survivability.
he did well, but I mean, they killed bottom, they killed top, they killed middle all at the same time.
Yeah.
If you can play 3 lanes unpunished, you're just in a fantastic position, obviously.
Yeah. And that fantastic position is 18,000 net worth ahead.
In 19 minutes. That's absolutely
Getting
brutal.
close to the 1k ahead per minute.
Yeah. They're probably gonna secure 4 bounty runes as well. I don't see how Daya can get out on the map too.
42 kills in 20 minutes.
If you get silenced, you might be in trouble.
Winter's Curse, Exorcism, Silence! Natsumi taken out of the fight, but is that enough to even win the fight? They hit the lasso onto the Death Prophet. Look at the God's Rebuke! Oh my, from half to dead. And DPB again running around in his ulti form. What is he able to accomplish? They look over at Play Hard, God's Rebuke, and the stun on everyone! John Uel, your man! DPB is dead. Hustler on the run, so is the rest of the team. Hustler trying to get out of this one, but he's got the urn, and I don't know if Hustler makes it out. He's going to try and hide under the tier 2 tower, but the flame break comes in. Snowball. Ooh.
Yeah,
Is it long? Yeah, it's right into the Bat Rider, so...
And he burns.
Yeah.
But there was too overconfident for the Ember Spirit. He doesn't have any way to get out of the silence. As soon as the silence connected, he was blown up. Was a very good initiation. And then they followed up by cycloning the Mars, putting him back down. They killed him off while he was by himself. But even then, you know, they still lost the fight, even though it went so perfectly for them.
Look at this stun.
Yeah, beautiful. It's like a Ravage.
Yeah. And then with the
Nyx
flame break
Ravage,
too,
yep.
combined.
Yeah, it's the thing is they can't get anything out of this, you know? They got like 2 kills, but you can see the gold deficit is still growing. Top lane out of mana, again the Brewmaster. No split available as well. Battery will just run him down. Nothing you can do.
Tier 1 tower doesn't even care at this point in the game.
Yep.
And the one who gets the kill is actually split. Bombi's dead to Natsumi. Gets a little revenge.
Double damage Mars.
Forward. Has the double damage, snowball in, and the Necro creeps trying to go after the Mars. A little overconfidence, biting them again. There's the arena, but Playhard loses his life. He still should get Hustler. Maybe they'll look for another. There's the flame break, BKB. That's pop. They've got Lasso and 8, so they need to be careful. Hopping that ulti form, trying to chase after the Batrider, but coming all the way around for Dabil instead. He's feeling the aggro come out from this Lycan time and time again, but they finally have the Lasso onto the Death Prophet, as well as the Impale Mana Baron hung dead once again. Searing Chains locked up DPB. There's another one. He's going to be out of that ulti form in just a moment. They don't want to fight into the Winter's Curse, which does get used on Dabil to stop him from TPing away. However, still 21,000 in the favor of Neon. That costs you the buyback on Hung. A lot going right for Neon.
Oh, this is brutal. The Nyx has more net worth than the DP. Well, for a brief moment. Now DP shot ahead again. But, wow. That is brutal. Absolute massacre.
Spirit Vessel for the Nyx.
Yeah. Lycan also had to use ult while his Necro was down, which is obviously Necros are his biggest damage spike. If that is on cooldown, you have to pop your ult anyway. That feels very bad. You had to pop the Winter's Curse to kill the TPing out Caudle. Which, of course, you have to do. It's an absolute necessity. Like, there's no way you can get let any kill slip at this point. Necro's gonna go down again. It's just that they have too many answers now to every problem that 496 presented them.
Yeah.
There's just so little like room for plays for the dire side.
Smoke up. 496. They're still trying to throw something at this.
Yeah.
Hoping that it works, because there has been moments of hope. But that all stems from the fact that Natsumi and Playhard have put themselves in poor positions despite the fact they're up 21,000.
Very overconfident gameplay. You can tell that by the way they're playing, they're feeling themselves, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I can't see their faces, of course, but they're probably all laughers right now.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah. I mean, I commend Dire for staying in it, you know, but... Yeah.
It felt
Recall
like
here.
the amount they were fighting was pretty desperate.
Nice curse, though.
Ooh, curse. Play hard. He's killing his ally.
Half
now
HP.
the lasso, though, on a DPB. They get the kill. They'll take out the Lycan. They look over at the toss. No Winter's Curse. No big team fight spell for the side of 496. Well, coming over. They've used the Primal Split. They get the kill on a Bombi. They've used the Exorcism. Spear. Searing Chains. That locks up the Death Prophet. Goes into the Yules with the BKB popped by Playhard. He's survivable and kills off Hung. They'll get Hustler. They look at red. They could probably make it another wipe if they really wanted to. These heroes a little bit low on the side of Neon.
Yeah, 3 buybacks on the Dire side.
They want to jump. Spear. Remnant. Damage with the God's Rebuke. Triple kill for Natsumi.
Truly godlike this game, huh?
Going in again.
Yeah, no lasso though. Flame break.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
GG is called. That is all 496 can handle. And Neon, the reverse sweep to take this series, a big one. Both these teams starting 1-0. And every series is important. They take one away from the hands of 496, who really had to fight hard in that first game. Games 2 and 3, Neon just showing everything that they had to take this series.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, you know, like game 2, they did it to themselves. Their draft was kind of self-sabotage, you know, but game 3, you can't blame them for trying what they did. It's just unfortunate that Neon was so prepared for it, you know.
Yeah.
This Caudle is just the strongest level 1 hero in Dota. Always has been, probably always will be. He just blasted 3 times and the fight was over. They started the game with over 1,000 gold deficit. Yeah. It is so tough to play with the like all in push lineup from behind, right from the beginning. And it just didn't work out for them, unfortunately, but congratulations to Neon. They did amazingly.
Yeah, so Neon are now 2-0. That is a very important victory for them to get. All off the back of a 5v5 pre-horn fight with Caudle getting a medallion. I don't need to break it down. We've got a panel for that. And here to give it to them is Nomad and the crew.
Absolutely right. Yeah, Neon turn it on for game